Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending today's meeting about our 314-266 transitioning for middle school. We are here to discuss with you that currently the middle school classes that are housed in our 314 site, they will be moving over to our 266 site for the 23-24 school year. That's for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classes that we will be housing. And we're going to be basically doing this so that our kids get a actual hands-on experience of everyday daily living type skills. I know at 314, we currently run our Essential for Living curriculum, and we have started to build that up at our 266 site. We now have a washing machine, a dryer, a stove is on the way. We have our refrigerators. And I have Miss Megan here to discuss the actual transition process and what it will specifically look like at 266 with Essentials for Living for next year. Miss Megan.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Miss Megan, and I've been teaching Essentials for Living for about 7 years within the DOE, and I'm excited to show you more about the actual curriculum. So I will present to you a little bit more about Essentials for Living. Hi, Miss Fabian. I see you on there too. Give me 1 second. Is that working? Is it playing? Nope. Okay, I'll just go down this way. Can you guys see it? Okay. So what is EFL? So EFL is a communication, behavioral, and functional skills curriculum for children with adults and disabilities. So they have 3 values that they really hone in on. So they select and prioritize functional life skills that matter for their IEPs, transition plans, and program plans. It increases the effectiveness and efficiency of instruction and behavior management. So it's one of those curriculums that have a bunch of domains in it, and each domain functions on something different. And I'll go into those domains in a little bit. And then their 3rd value is it improves the quality of life for the children and the adults that they serve. The whole point of Essentials for Living is to actually make our students go further in their life, whether it's for their jobs or work, whatever they want to do in their future. So the purpose, it's a comprehensive life skills curriculum, and it has all evidence-based teaching. So we're not really following a social studies or science curriculum, and just because it's grade 6, they need to learn about this. Everything is evidence-based teaching. We take our data, and if the child needs it, that's when they're going to be taught it. And Essentials for Living is composed of 3,000 functional skills, and the first 3 domains, which is all about speaking and listening skills and social skills, there's about 1,900. And then there's 1,100 of daily living, leisure, vocational, functional, and academic skills as well. And every single thing is individualized for each student. So here you can see 2 of my students, one is vacuuming and one is washing the dishes. It simultaneously happens and it builds their independence. So we're going to go over the essential 8 skills. So your first 3 domains are going to be in speaking and listening. And that's all about requesting, manding, and answering questions to conversations. And a lot of it is built into the curriculum based in a functional manner. So I have a student right now, he's working in a cafe, he's doing a great job, but he's also building his social skills, learning to answer questions, learning to have a back and forth conversation. And then we have our doing skills, which is domain 4 and domain 5. Domain 4 is all your daily living and your related skills, which is what our vision of 266 is going to be in the future. So a lot of it is going to be doing, whether it's baking for a bakery, making food in a cafe, working in a cricket room, making plants for the green room. These are all things that we're trying to incorporate for 266 for next year. We're also going to plan on doing a budgeting room. So you're still going to have all your academic skills that you're used to seeing your students have, but it's also going to be incorporated in a functional manner. So your children will still learn how to divide and use fractions and measure, but it's going to be taught not in your traditional way of, standing in front of a board and pointing to it and teaching math in that sense, but it'll be more tactile, hands-on, and the kids will be a little bit more engaged as well. They're going to be doing that through, measuring and creating with the bakery, things like that. That's what's going to happen. And then there's also you're not going to lose your writing or typing skills either, because that's all in domain 5. Domain 5 is going to be all of your academic skills that you're used to. And the beautiful thing about EFL, it's very functional. So If there is a skill that you want your child to have, EFL has blank codes and we're able to incorporate it and embed it into the curriculum as well. But there's still going to be your math skills of like telling time, following the schedule, writing, typing, anything, answering WH questions. Your functional academics are still going to be there. It'll be embedded inside, whether it's going to be in a small group within the rotations or just in general, embedding it, whether it's like reading a recipe and comprehending what your next step is going to be. And then you have your tolerating skills, which is for students with a little bit more of, needing to tolerate the word no, learning to, wait, things like that. And then you'll have your inappropriate behaviors, and that's going to be your proper behavior domain. All of that will pretty much be mainly around your children who has those severe problem behaviors, whether it's with transition, we're going to be able to work on that. There's graphing behind it. Everything is a very visual thing. And then you have your tool movements, which is mainly for our elementary school guys, like opening containers, things like that. But not every domain is going to be for every student. And not every skill is going to be for every student. Everything will be individualized and adapted for your child. And it's going to be a data-driven instruction. So every student has their own task analysis of various skills individualized to them and their needs. And there's going to be teaching protocols that are different to meet every child's needs in order to obtain the mastery of the skill. What's going to happen is you're going to take your 3 days of baseline data, which is just, going through it, seeing what they can do independently without us helping them. And you can see here in this little picture right over here, you have we work through whether it's total task, forward chaining or backwards chaining. Everything is meant to meet the child's need. Everything is individualized, and basically your child will be, working towards independence for various skills. That's what I have about the EFL curriculum. And if anybody has any questions, I'm here to help and to answer them.
Thanks, Megan. Can you also speak about 266 and how you see differences between what we have at our 314 site and what is potentially better at our 266 site, and why we might be housing them in the different locations?
Yes, absolutely. So the best thing about 266 right now, by a long shot, is the fact that we have a whole ADL room. So we're able to have a washer, a dryer, a stove. It's going to be great once we have it all set up. And then there's also the space component here as well. A lot of these classrooms are a little bit bigger than 314. And it's going to be more functional because they're going to be surrounded by children who's also around their age. And it's not just going to be 2 classes, but also about 7 classes here in one building. So they'll be able to socialize, get to make friends, play a little bit more with each other, and just overall just work together as a team. And it's also a really great curriculum too, because you can have speech and OT and all your related service providers incorporated in this hands-on method.
Thank you, Miss Megan. I can see Mr. and Mrs. Fabian are here. Do you guys have any questions or concerns you would like to ask us? You have us all here right now.
Yes, I don't know if because I missed like the first few minutes of the presentation, but what is the classroom size? Is it like an 8 or 12?
So what we're going to be having at 266 next year are the 2 8-to-1-to-1 classes that are currently housed at 314. And then we're also still going to have our 5 12-to-1-to-1 classes that are currently at our 266 site. So kids will also be able to make changes within the actual setting that they're in, whereas opposed to at 314, they only had the 2 8s. They weren't integrated with any of our 12-to-1-to-1 middle school kids. So if we see that a child's excelling at one skill over another, they can be readily integrated into a 12, as opposed to what we were limited to at our 314 site.
And if my son, which, my son is in the picture, if I wanted him to be in a program like that, because right now he's on an 8, how is this working? Because I know junior high school is different than my daughter. When she went to junior high school, we had to do that whole process of changing schools. So how does that work?
So Stephen already has a seat with us at 266 for next year. We just need your approval to actually move him there.
Oh, well, there we go. Enough said.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
All
we
right,
just,
yes,
we
the
wanted
next
to make
question.
sure that all of our parents kind of understood where we were going with this and why we were making this move. Originally, we never had 8-to-1-to-1s at our 266 site. So the way that we are able to now encompass it is we created the 8-to-1-to-1 this year at 314. We didn't have the space this year at 266. So we're super excited to be able to now bring them all in under one roof.
Awesome, awesome. And one other question. So I did get a paper yesterday about taking a site tour at 266. Do I just email Laura Baker?
Yes, you do. And Ms. Hughes will be over there so that she'll be walking you through the tour. Miss Megan is now currently over there, so she'll be walking you through the tour as well. And Mr. John, the AP that's at 205, will also be meeting us over there so that there's continuity for our 205 kids as well, because they'll be moving over there also.
Awesome. That's going to be great. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And also, Mr. and Mrs. Fabian, first of all, thank you. And I'm glad you came to this. And as Miss Allen said, the seat is available for Stephen here. When you come over, you'll see what our unit looks like. And we'll also put in busing for Stephen. And hopefully with this transition, that'll be a great time in September to make that part of his routine so that he's in a new place, he's on the bus. And that's one aspect then that he'll be able to move on to.
Yeah, perfect. I think I agree. But summer school's still going to be at 314, I think, right?
So
Is it?
right now, summer school, 266, 314, 186, 26, and 205 will all be housed in our main site location at 186 as of right this moment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good to
All
know.
right. Thank you for
Thank
coming. We
you.
really appreciate it.
All righty. Thank you,
If you don't have
everybody.
any other questions, you're more than welcome to leave, but we are available. You can always email or call us if something pops up after the meeting.
Okay, yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye.